What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to This Monster Wants to Eat Me, this time with episode 4. I was a bit apprehensive to start the recording because the sun's come out in, like the first day in like a week in here in England. Sounds like some kind of depression documentary. But yeah, first time seeing the sun in a while, so I imagine it's going to go down soon and the lighting might be messed up, but hopefully it'll be okay. Really good episode last night. One of my favourite episodes so far. I know we've only had 3, but I'm really enjoying this show. Loving the chemistry. Shocking moment at the end of the episode. Getting the names absolute myths, so apologies, but the red-haired girl ended up seeing the yokai, which is very interesting. Like, why is everybody else so oblivious to this, and how is it that she's able to see it? Is it because she's close to death a lot of the time by being next to our main character and kind of being with her so much? Maybe that kind of that death is, I'm wording it horribly, but you get what I'm saying. Like, someone so close to death, there's kind of that kind of lingering, I want to say smell, but it's not a smell. That kind of aura is kind of carried over to her or something, or maybe it's something even more kind of dramatic. But either way, very much looking forward to seeing that interaction today after. Some good backstory with our main character, getting the premise down that the monster wants to actually make our main character happy and want to live before she eats her. And yeah, just last episode done a lot, didn't it? Which is one of the main complaints I've seen for the show, is that people keep saying that it's not really gone anywhere so far. I'd have to massively disagree with that, to be honest with you. I think that's maybe because, maybe plot-wise, maybe that's true, but character-wise, we've had loads of development, loads of build-up and adding to them as personalities, so. The dough. And I take pleasure doing so. But yeah, again, I couldn't disagree more with that statement. I think I mentioned this last week. I found a centipede in my bath, didn't I? I think it was a centipede. I think the millipedes are the kind of thicker ones. I think I may have seen one of those before, but they're quite rare. I used to be a bit of an insect kid, I can't lie to you guys. I used to, in primary school, most people would just be playing football or something. I'd be in the dirt in the trees looking for bugs. Yeah, that was me. What the fuck? Is she a yokai as well? Is that what's going on here? She doesn't seem... She's not surprised or anything. Wow. Yeah, well, I've got a lot going through my head. Could be she's a yokai. Could she's like some kind of exorcist? I mean, if yokai exists, does that mean like exorcist people and so on exist? Like people that can interact with them, humans that can interact with them. I mean, evidently we've seen one interact with one, but like as a kind of like religious kind of thing. Yeah. Wow. But yeah, I used to grab like a little twig and like dig up the dirt and stuff as a kid. Like the tone change from her as well. Maybe that's why she was quite, not confrontational, but quite cold to this. Yeah, maybe that's why. And these guys are, I always kind of thought of them as kind of not opposites, but like enemies in their end goal. But perhaps she's got the same goal. Perhaps I said this last week of like they've got the same goal, like they've got the same goal to an extent, right till the end, where she wants her to live, but she wants her to live so she can eat her, and she just wants her to live. Perhaps, but perhaps she actually wants her to live so she can eat her as well. Maybe we've got 2 monsters that fucking are trying to get her back into wanting to live and eating her by the end. Wow. I gotta say, I've said this the whole time. I've really liked her as a character. She's really supportive and she's a lovely person. I was gonna say, if that is her goal to eat her, she's not actually doing too great a job at it. I already think this new monster has probably achieved quite a bit more than the redhead girl. Although the redhead girl's job shouldn't be understated, because I'm not sure if our main character would still be alive if she wasn't around. So who knows, man. Again, I've got a lot of thoughts going through my head right now. And yeah, I did notice. I was kind of wondering about it. I didn't want to pause and go back because I've already paused already. But I think they've got the same coloured eyes, right? When the blue haired girl's eye colour changed, they changed to the same colour as the red haired girl's. No? Or am I just tripping there? You fucking stick. Or at least they're a similar colour. Perhaps she's a yokai that doesn't eat humans. Fuck no. Ugh, what even is that? Again, I've just got to like take a moment here. There's so much happened already. Like, what the hell? I'm now thinking back to, like I said last week, about how our blue haired girl here might have. I said this half kind of, not even, I wouldn't say it was a joke, but I was thinking like maybe she could have ate, like the car ended up in the water. Perhaps she like ate her parents and then she like had an acquired taste for that family or something, some kind of family lineage that tasted quite nice. So I want to taste this taste again. And then maybe she was drawn to her that way. But perhaps this redhead, seemingly yokai, I think. I'm still not really sure, to be honest. Perhaps if she is a yokai, perhaps she had something to do with the accident as well. Maybe she feels like she owes something to our main character to protect her, or in place of her, maybe she had some kind of relationship with her family or something. Like now she has to look over her. Or maybe like contracted or something. Again, I don't know. It could be a lot of things. As I said, I'm still not even really sure if she's like a yokai or not. She seems so okay. I mentioned Exorcist a minute ago. Maybe she's just like a human with great knowledge of yokai and is like an exterminator, or again maybe has family that is like exterminator of yokai or something. I feel like she is a yokai purely based on the eye color thing, considering I mean, that's not a major kind of thing, but that is something I probably keep in the back of my mind. But yeah, she's like so okay with this. Perhaps she is a yokai that doesn't want to actually kill her. Yeah, it could be so much still. It's really interesting twist. I did not expect this, to be honest with you guys. Really didn't expect this. Did you guys expect this? Maybe some of you guys put the eye color thing together earlier. Perhaps that might have been like a slight kind of hint. But I did not expect this. As just meat to be devoured is how she sees all the yokai that have been attacking her. Which means that there have been yokai attacking her before this blue-haired girl. Really interesting. And again, the tone is crazily different. Yeah, again, your goals kind of coincide for the minute, so. Again, really interesting first 5 minutes. Bitch. You dirty slag. That is essentially what those looks just said to each other. But yeah, again, the tone change is crazy. Just one instant so intense, the next minute so like upbeat and lovely. So this, I thought this was going to be a fierce rivalry anyway, but even more fierce now. Like Jesus, what was that about? And how come she just saw her as like a normal human? I think she is human. I don't know. I can't say either. I'm really 50-50, as you can tell. I've got no idea what to think. I feel like she's human, but then again, the blue haired monster is pretty human quite often as well. She seems pretty human. And she's been around for a while, so she could have just learned, like, yeah, she could have just learned to be this, like, charismatic and enthusiastic. So at the minute, I think I'm going to go with that. She's human until I see some kind of like transformation or something. I think it's the thing about that interaction back there. The blue-haired girl was ready to transform. She didn't see Hinako behind her, but the red-haired girl saw her coming. So obviously, she wouldn't have transformed, even if she could have. Just seeing things, bro. She go through the wall or something. She'd take the book through the wall if she did. Again, if you went through, like, how did she get out? Her parents. What did it say? What did it say? I'm gonna assume no parents. Appeared out of nowhere. She's a monster. So what if she is? Now, lifting probably not the best thing to remove calories, but yeah. She she is falling for absolute scams right here. So that thing they do when they like have a product listed at a certain price and then they add more money to it and then put it back to the same price to say it's on sale. She had to get absolutely fucking rinsed. She gonna come out loud with this information she's found out, or it's like a dog. Which parent the dog's gonna go to? That thing, hey? Are you or that thing as well? Now we really are going to confront her like this. Holy crap. Where'd this girl appear from? So she is a monster. Yes. Are you? I was expecting some like monstrous face to turn. Some kind of like fish-faced monster turn around. They've been the same age all this time. Interesting. I mean, I've watched things like Natsume Yuujincho, and a lot of the yokai in that are like, they're not evil or anything. They can turn like evil. Just because she's a monster doesn't mean that she's got ill intentions or anything. I mean, we know this monster, this blue-haired monster, her end goal is to eat her, but she's got good intentions till then. This one might just have good intentions. Like, yeah. The mask is cracking. That was something I wouldn't say I like massively noticed, but looking back now, it's like every time she left a scene, she did just kind of leave. She didn't really go anywhere. Hey, that's a lie. She's a nice girl. Remember that she's a nice girl. She's a lovely person. She's a caring person. But yeah, true. You don't know anything actually about the logistics of how she lives. Definitely. She likes sweets. Still your friend. I don't think this changes much. Kind of like the vampires from Twilight. Ah, spells. So she just thought that she's grown up with her. Ah, okay. So she didn't actually meet her when she was younger. Wow. Okay, that does kind of change things a bit. Huh. That does change things. Holy crap. But again, what is the end goal? What's she looking for? Is she looking for the same thing? Are they the same? Except the redhead girl would just be worse because she's not upfront about it. Well, they definitely are. So it's not even the. I mentioned earlier about the case that the redhead girl actually, like, you can appreciate her for making her survive this long. You can't actually even say that. I mean, she survived on her own all this time, which is pretty impressive, to be honest. Wow, fucking hell. Again, dead about you guys. The sign, like looking back, the signs were definitely there, weren't they? The eyes, the where she goes when she leaves the scene. She just ended up going nowhere. Looking back, like she would just leave. It wouldn't be like you wouldn't see her outside a house or anything like that. It would just be like she just left the scene. So looking back, there were definitely signs, but I did not see this coming. Wow, and I'm glad I didn't get spoiled as well. That's one of the things that, like, I love reading people's comments, like their point of views and such, but I hate like just coming across as like a random spoiler for a show or something. So might be something I cut down on going forward, which is a shame. Oh, the tones changed again. What is it gonna look like? I was kind of expecting some like magical girl like transformation or something. guess they just kind of left or just ran away. I don't know, man. I still like. I haven't got bad vibes from her. I don't know. Maybe I'm like totally wrong about this, but I feel like she's a nice yokai. Much as she like lied to her about all this, I feel like maybe she lied to her for a good reason. And she just get absolutely exposed. She is still here. Oh my god, it's big. Yula Sanai. Can't forgive her. Is that a squid? Is that a kraken kind of squid's octopus thing? No, it's not. It's got hair. It's got claws. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's like a cubie. Holy shit. I guess I mistook the tails for tentacles. I think that's a cubie. Cube A, Cube B, I'm not sure which. How's this? um, it's like an end segment thing right here. I've never watched Naruto, so I think there's like a fox nine-tailed fox thing in Naruto as well, where I mostly think of is like Digimon. I think there's a Pokemon Ninetales, of course. Not exactly the same, but the Okami game I think has got Ninetale fox in, right? Either way, I think maybe yeah, I've seen various media with portrayals of this, and it's usually quite a noble kind of being, right? It's usually quite a good presence. I mean, it looked kind of evil, the facial expression, but I think that's because she's absolutely pissed at being exposed. But yeah, usually these are like a good. Oh, I'm not really sure because I haven't properly looked them up, but like a good omen, like they're like good, they're creatures of like good, and I mean she's definitely not water based, which is interesting. Maybe that's why she and smell the fishy girl so much. Wow, and pretty. She must be strong as well, considering she was able to hide herself as a human, even from another kind of yokai thing. It really reminds me of a little bit of Madara from Natsume Yujincho. Not the color, but like design wise, it looks pretty similar actually. Madara was a pretty formidable guy. Is the one in Naruto called Madara? No, I think that's a different character called Madara in Naruto, isn't it? But yeah, Madara was one of my favorite characters in Natsume Yujincho. So I think these designs like this are cool as fuck. By the way, I brought up Okami earlier. I love like the designs and such in that game, and yeah. Okay. And now we've got some little fun segment coming up right here. I wonder what this is. This is going to be like recapping stuff and like certifying things, maybe. Oh, we're cooking. I was gonna say I wouldn't really like it if this redhead girl was just like turned into a villain and just got like killed and taken out of the story. I don't think that's what I don't think that I really like. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. But I think that would really suck if it did. I don't think that'll happen at all though. To be honest with you, and there is a lot more to this still. I gotta say they're good actors, aren't they? They're really like if I was looking to eat a person, I hope I never would. Um, I'd be getting like pretty pissed off. I don't know about you guys about like the long game. Like this is a long. They're playing the long game here. Like this is a long wait just to get a meal. I'd be getting like pretty pissed off, and I might just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat you right now. I'm hungry. Again, it's kind of hard to put yourself in that position and what you do, but yeah. Oh, I guess it's a kind of similar situation would be like if there's your favorite food shop and one that's just kind of okay, and the favorite one has a big old line outside, and the one that's okay has a short one. Which one would you go to? Would you have the nicer meal, your favorite, or would you go to the more convenient? I guess that's slightly similar, I guess. Jesus Christ, what happened to those sausages? It's like some Tay fucking cooking from Gintama. Like, what is going on right now? Like a proper like slice of life segment. Amidst all the drama, kind of feels slightly out of place. No, like we were just in a very intense moment. I said this a minute ago. It's like this feels like an ending segment. This feels like something you do after the episode's over. I'm not sure why they didn't like. They were going to do this. I'm not sure why they didn't play the ending before. I mean, either way, it would have been structured similarly, so not a big deal. But it kind of yeah, feels a bit not anticlimactic, but you built up a lot of tension and a lot of build up for next episode, and now we're ending off on a light note, where we probably should have ended off on quite an intense kind of. Really excited to see what's going to happen next week, which I am, but yeah, just like an interesting decision. Oh, we got a new ending. Is this? So is this why they done it? Okay. Sang by Firuzai as well. I gotta say, I do like her voice actress. Her as a voice actress a lot. Pretty much every role she's taken. Oddly enough, I think her as Jolene was probably one of my lesser favorite roles of hers. But yeah, just like what a strange tone shift this whole end of the episode came to, right? So yeah, it's like Fox right there. I have again another thing is like when I've seen foxes in media as like gods and stuff, they usually again I think of what is that fucking show called? Oh yeah, what I'm trying to say is they're usually pretty mischievous. They're usually like pretty nice and actually quite lovely, but quite mischievous and as we saw here, they kind of play tricks on people. I guess in this, yeah, the beast of affection. I kind of think that she got drawn towards Hinako because of like the fish monster, the blue haired girl, got drawn to her because of the taste. I think something similar probably happened with the redhead girl, but it was actually like really hard to word this, but like she sensed that kind of depression, that want for death, and she instead of like wanting to make it taste nice and such, she was drawn to it. Like the scene earlier in the episode, we had where is it? Here, like this scene here with Hinako kind of on the floor, like looking for her parents, and her arriving like this. I think this was quite significant. Of it's pretty similar, not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar to how the blue haired girl monster kind of came to meet her. She was like looking in the water. She got drawn and attracted to her. Like this was similar, but I think this is in a more positive manner. I feel like this yokai fox redhead girl got drawn to her for positive reasons of actually wanting to make a positive impact. Maybe. Again, it's really hard to word, but like, yeah, I don't like there's plenty of ways you could take this. You could be like, oh, she absolutely betrayed her and she was just looking to eat her and so on and so forth. But I really don't think it was that. I think there was a lot more to it. And I think there'll be a lot more to this redhead girl's character. I mean, we've got a whole ending from her. So I think it's pretty much all but guaranteed what I said earlier about her kind of just turning into a villain and leaving the show. I think that's pretty much guaranteed not to happen. Thank God. I think a lot of lesser shows would certainly do something like that, wouldn't they? This image here is quite creepy, to be honest with you. She looks like a bit of an addict, and I can say that as a former addict myself, so don't berate me or anything about that. But yeah, really awesome episode. Love this one a lot. It's just like this show's been incredible so far. I can't lie to you guys. I've been liking every episode. This one was probably the most drama filled of them all. Lots of sudden things coming up. Again, we're very much teased / hinted at beforehand, which I maybe should have been paying more attention. I would have maybe thought about it, but yeah, it took me off guard. And yeah, absolutely loved it. Really like the design of Miko, was it? Really like the design of her kind of yokai fox here as well. So the only thing I did have an issue was with the tone shift at the end here. I think they might have gone a bit overboard with this in terms of I have that positive feeling towards Mika as a yokai. I feel like this is maybe trying to tell us that as well. It kind of shifted into a tone of, oh, look at this light-hearted stuff with Mika. It's like it's kind of trying to assure us that maybe she still is like a good person / yokai and she still has good intentions. But I do feel like the tone definitely contrasted quite a lot with the rest of the episode, which is not a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing, but I do think in this case it probably would have been like okay to leave off on this note. Maybe they just had like 5 minutes of the episode to fill or something. I'm not sure, but that's the only thing that even closely resembles a negative of the episode that I can really talk about. Love this ending sequence. It was a lot of fun. Love it when shows put a lot of effort into stuff like this. They don't need to make a new ending. They don't need to update things like this. But when they do, you can tell they care a lot about the source material and want like a good adaptation. So yeah, really enjoyed that. Thank you guys very much for watching that. Let me know what you guys think about this episode down in the comment section. Again, let me know some of your theories. Love listening to what you guys have to say, so that would be very much appreciated. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions though. And I'll see you next week with episode 5.